There's a moth in my room and oh gosh. Hello people who like Chinese food. My name is Sassy and welcome to another episode of How to Cantonese. As you guys know, rice in Asia is pretty much the essence of life. Thus many cultures were developed upon these little white grain or some other color rice as well. I'm not racist, please do not. Yeah, all rice are equal, okay? Well, Cantonese culture is no different. That's why we have a lot of expressions about rice, and that's what we are going to talk about today, in case you haven't figured it out up to this point. And yeah, today we have a lot of expressions to go through, so the explaining part may be a little bit all over the place, so please bear with me. But first, let's get some concepts cleared. Although in English it is all rice, in Cantonese it is different. You see, the uncooked rice in Cantonese is called mai, while the cooked one is fan. Alright, first we'll start with a warm little greeting. 你食咗飯未呀? In English, literally it is, have you eaten rice yet? Rice, fan, is referring as meal here. So, translation, have you eaten yet? I guess it is slightly better than asking about the weather. Yeah. And the second expression is 你好有米. The literal translation for this expression is you have so much rice. You see, in nowadays, who will be able to own a lot of rice? That's why they believe back the rich people. Therefore, 你好有米 means you are rich AF. Is AF still a thing? Or am I just using old memes or sayings to pretend that I am cool again? Other than wealth, 米 can also be referred as experience, or yeah, generally that kind of thing in Cantonese. So there is a very annoying expression. 我食鹽多過你食米呀. Literally, in English it means I have eaten salt more than you've eaten rice. So the thing is, you don't really use that much salt in every meal, right? However, you eat like at least a bowl of rice. So in that case, if that person has consumed more salt than you consumed rice, that means that person is generally more experienced or has seen a lot of shit in life. But this expression is kind of negative in a way, since it is used mainly by some, old people or senior to brag about their, achievements upon nothing. Whenever they see some people who are young or fresh. Question time for me. Is there any relevant expression like idioms in English or in your language? If so, please leave a comment down below. The next one is 米飯班煮. 米飯 generally means food. We use rice to replace everything just to be lazy. And 班煮 refers to the leader, the ringleader, you can say, of those old Cantonese opera crew. You know, the people that paint their faces in pink and white and sing stuff in a very high note. The ringleader is the one that pay wages. That means they control your ability to buy food. So 米飯班主 just literally means boss. Itchy. Next one. Why am I doing this? The next expression is 生米煮成熟飯. Literally it means raw rice has been cooked into cooked rice. Yeah, it sounds weird in English, but it doesn't in Cantonese, so deal with it. This expression is used to describe something that is irreversible. Is that a word? You know, something that cannot be undone. That's why it's generally used to describe the relationship after two people has some very intimate action, if you know what I mean. Since we are moving from 米 to 飯, the next expression is 飯桶. Literally rice bucket. This expression has two meanings. The first one is kind of harmless, which is to describe someone who really loves rice. You know, since we are in a very globalized world, we can eat whatever we want. You know, you can literally have McDonald's 3 times a day. But to some people, rice is just what they are willing to eat for eternity, maybe. To those people, we call them 飯桶, but don't really call people, especially strangers or people you're not close to, 飯桶, because that can be misunderstood into another meaning, which is quite insulting. The second meaning of 飯桶 is, you know, since a bucket that contains rice cannot be used to contain something else, and translating that meaning into a more, I don't know, metaphorical way, it is used to describe people that are useless. So I guess pretty much like calling people rubbish or garbage, and yeah, insulting. And the next expression is kind of related to the prior one. 一嚿飯, literally a bowl of rice. You can kind of think of the Japanese sushi, but without the raw fish on top. I don't quite really know why, but 一嚿飯 in Cantonese refers to someone that are not very active. So calling people 一嚿飯 is basically calling them a Snorlax, but in a bad way. Here's a fun fact. So in those 茶餐廳 or just 酒樓, they called rice, a bowl of steamed rice, in Cantonese 白飯. They have a very cute nickname for that, which is 靚仔, literally handsome guy. So a bowl of rice is a handsome guy. And I guess it's time to introduce another member in the rice family, 粥. Well, 粥 is kind of ambiguous. I've seen people translate that into porridge, but what we learned back in the primary school days is congee. Not sure which one is correct. The reason of introducing 粥 is because the next expression in Cantonese is 食粥食飯睇你啦. Well, 睇你啦 is it all depends on you. 食粥 is eating congee, 食飯 is eating rice. The whole thing is which one we are going to eat, it depends on you. Well, this is not in the scenario that a bunch of people not being able to decide where to go for dinner. Damn it. Oh, I don't have any memories. What were we talking about? Yeah. 食粥食飯睇你啦. This expression is describing scenarios that either you make it or you break it. Is that the correct way to say it? Anyway, you get the idea, I guess. So in scenarios, in cases that you're depending on someone that either succeed marvelously or to fail miserably, that is the case that you can use this expression. Why? Yeah, good question, Travis. Yeah, joke is fun plus extra amount of water. So when will you put extra amount of water? When you're running out of rice. That means you're not in a good condition when you have to eat chop. While on the other hand, you have enough money to make fun. That's good. So either it's a good old steamed rice or just a watered down version. It depends on that person. So don't F that up, Cindy. And when people do messed up things, we can call the mess that they created a part of kanji. I guess that's because joke looks kind of sticky and messy in the pot anyway. It can be delicious if it is done correctly, so don't get me wrong. Anyway, you can say you have make things into a huge mess. In Cantonese, just like what I'm doing right now. This video is and on a very different note. Since making a pot of joke takes a long time, so from this fact, people in Hong Kong have divided it into another expression, I should say, that is 煲電話粥, literally is cooking telephone kanji. Don't take it literally. You know, people don't throw their iPhones or Samsung Galaxy into the pot and actually cook it. Well, maybe it'll make a brilliant challenge video. Maybe I should get onto it, then I'll be boom. 煲電話粥 means a person that talks on the phone for a very long time. I guess that is not very useful now since people don't really use the calling function of the phone. Yep, we've talked about like 12 expressions about rice. Why am I always doing this quote-unquote thing? It's not even... Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a comment down below if you have any kinds of questions and anything to say. Leave a like down below if you find this rice kind of video interesting, and also subscribe to this channel for more Cantonese related stuff. And I'll see you in the next video, and it is flashing, the battery's dying, and bye!